wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Stuck on you. Yes, I'm on my way. Right.
Anyways, guys, welcome back to the ScareMeTender podcast, ScareMeTender show, whatever you want to call it.
We're your hosts,
Tanner
and Will.
And what we do, guys, is we tackle ghouls, goblins, spooks, specters,
All things
Borgs,
that go
bots.
Yeah, Borgs and bots.
And all things that go bump in the night.
All manner of scary creature.
Exactly. So I think what we wanted to get into today was pertaining to robots.
Yeah, let's hop into it.
Cyborgs and whatnot.
What got you interested in the bots?
Just because, I don't want to say it's trending, because it's not really that it's trending, but, Borgs, it's AI. Borgs are trending right now. I think they're number one on the comedy, if you,
Right.
Yeah, on the comedy tags.
If you don't know, a Borg is
it's short for a cyborg.
Yeah, it's a cyborg alien race.
We call them Borgs.
Trek.
Oh. I was just using it as slang, bro.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen a couple videos of a couple Borgs slanging something around. You know what I mean?
What were they slinging? Hard metal.
Pipes and
rods.
Tubing and whatnot.
Rods. Yeah.
Rods of steel. But AI is pretty prevalent especially today right now. I mean, there's a lot of shit. You probably don't hear about it as much because you're probably not watching as much things as I am.
I actually so this is related in the AI sense, but there's a movie that just came out called Late Night with the Devil. And it was like an IFC Shudder movie, but it got really, really good reviews, and so they put it's in theaters.
Late Night with the Devil.
They're playing it. It's about this talk show host who, in the 70s, he's doing a show where they're communicating with Satan himself. And I guess things get out of hand. I haven't seen the movie yet. I want to see it. It looks great. It's got David Damascalin in it, or however you say his name. Guy that played Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad. And, but as the movie, right before it came out, there was a lot of backlash online by people who were saying that a couple of it's an indie movie, and it's independently funded.
Is it similar to like a A24?
In a way, but
Blumhouse kind of style, or?
Blumhouse is big money.
Oh, okay.
Blumhouse is big money. A24 is starting to become big money because of how popular they've gotten.
You think they're
Same thing with Neon.
You think they're becoming more like? Whoa, you said Medea?
Neon.
Oh.
Neon is another.
I was about to say.
No,
Medea's been commercial since the jump. Baby.
Hey, listen, Medea is indie, bruh.
Medindi, dude. Medindi.
Madindi.
Madindi don't work.
Madindi don't work. No, but anyway, it was
We're doing a boo from Simpsons.
Right. It was where were we? I was doing like an African guy.
Continue.
Machambo. But
dude, I was trying to do the Peanut Kids and Dr. Carver. What the fuck, dude?
Is that how they talk?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Let's go to what you were saying. Let's go to what you were saying, because I don't want to dig any deeper
into that. Yeah. But the movie was, low budget.
Yeah.
And it's blown up, but of course they didn't know it was going to blow up and be that big when they made it. So when they were first doing backdrops for, I guess, the show, or how like when somebody would cut the commercial or they'd have technical difficulties, there'd be little things that would pop up and say, "Sorry, technical difficulties, stand by," and it'd be like a dog with like a dog with like an electric cord in its mouth.
He's got, or he's got like the clip or whatever.
Bad dog.
That they do when they say action and whatnot.
They used AI to make some Halloween art.
Okay.
There was like skeletons and pumpkins and stuff, and they didn't go back after they got the funds to hire artists to make actual art for
and what is this? Date with the Devil?
It's Late Night with the Devil. And so people were up in arms, boycotting the movie and saying I'm not gonna go see it. The movie did fine, by the way. It grossed, this is ridiculous, but there is a rumor that was going around that the movie grossed $666 million opening weekend. Yeah.
No, that's
or $6.66 million. Right.
That's just media.
That's
that's marketing.
It's marketing. Yeah. But either way, fine.
Someone who also did something similar to that is this company Liquid Death. You've probably seen the water. I think I might have also told you about it, but they did some shit. Death. I believe in 2018, where they for like a few million cans.
Yeah.
They had supposedly a real witch do like a voodoo spell, not a voodoo, because witches don't do voodoo. That's
voodoo priestess.
Yeah, that's a voodoo priestess. Yeah. But they basically put some kind of satanic spell on all, like the opposite of holy water. Right. They just curse the water that they put in.
Why though? Why would you want to drink? We talked about this. Why would you want to drink cursed water?
I don't know.
However,
if it is real, why would you want to drink it?
I'd buy it.
I mean, I've had it before. It's just water.
Yeah. Is it carbonated or something?
No, it's just water. It's
not sparkling or anything?
No.
It's just
it
flat,
says it
flat
comes
water.
from, like, I don't know, ice caps and
the
Alpines, whatever. Dude,
ice caps in the Alpines. Alpine's a tree.
A pine is a tree. The Alpines is also...
I don't think it's an area. I don't know. I could be wrong. Comment below if you know. Not that they will.
Dude,
you ever notice every time
you've never left a comment, leave a comment. Let us know.
Nobody's leaving comments at this point, which, it's fine. But, hey, if you're listening, we're out here. Leave us a comment, please. We're waiting for that's how we'll know.
It's all about the process, dude.
That's how we know we've made the big time, though, when we get that one first comment. Not what you got, which is you're gay.
Yeah, and that was on Instagram.
But you're big now, yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm fucking enormous on Instagram now.
I think I should pop my shirt open. What do you think?
I don't think you want to sexualize yourself any further than you already have.
Got the gold chain on. I got my hair did.
It's Easter, dude. What are you doing?
You're right. I'm wearing my Sunday best.
I gotta put my drink on the other side so that people can see my beautiful face.
It's Easter. Happy Easter.
Yeah, it's the day that Christ rose.
Yes.
Awesome. Out of a tomb.
Awesome. Leave it at that. Don't say anything to contradict. I can see it. I can see it in your face. It's really bubbling behind you. You want to say a joke, but please don't. The wheels are turning. It's the holiest of days.
I mean, I'm gay for God.
Besides,
God makes me feel gay. Not in a homosexual way, but in a like you feel happy.
I'm in love with a man. That's right. You heard it. I'm in love with a man. That man's name, God. Am I gay? Does that make me gay for God? You betcha.
Absolutely.
You betcha.
And that doesn't mean that I want to have sex with Jesus or God.
So God's talking to Moses, and he's telling Moses, hey, come over here to this burning bush. Kick your shoes off, Moses. Come on over. What's God really saying to Moses? He's telling him, you won't burn your feet, and if you listen to me, I'll give you free shoes.
Okay. That's a done deal.
You listen to God, you get free shoes. That's a Charlie Day quote. I can't go. That's when they have the water stain in the bar. And I got the good Lord, he's going down on me.
I haven't seen as much as Always Sunny, dude.
I got the good Lord up inside of me. And Matt's like, the good Lord is going down on you. What the hell is wrong with you, Charlie? And he's like, blessing the woman. He looks more holy than you. I'd like to get a blessing from him.
Dude. A lot of, I want to say, a lot of gospel music, bro, is powerful.
It is powerful.
Dude, you hear it and you're like, oh.
You ever heard of Kirk Franklin?
Even if you don't believe, and that's not saying that I or you believe, I'm just saying that's how good the music is. You can not even know anything about what they're talking about, but you just feel that. Dude, I read something the other day where
God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down.
Jesus walks with me.
You know the Midwest is young and restless, might snatch your necklace. The next day might jack your Lexus. Somebody tell these who Kanye West is. I walk through the valley of the shadow where death is. Top floor, the view alone will leave you breathless. Trying to catch it, it's kinda hard getting choked by the message. Yeah, now check the record, they be asking us questions, harassing the restless, saying we eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. Yeah, y'all eat pieces of shit. Now what's the basis? I ain't going nowhere but got suits and cases. My mama used to say, only Jesus could save us. Well, mama, I know I act a fool, but I'll be gone to November. I got bags to move, I know. Alright, anyway. Thank you for coming to my Kanye West cover concert.
Keep my spirit alive, alive.
What's that?
More than anything.
Flick your hair, you got a bug in your hair.
Where?
Oh, it's lice, dude.
You're joking. You can't fucking prove that.
Did you have lice? He doesn't have lice. That I know. He doesn't have lice.
I don't have
Dude,
lice.
how sad would you be if you woke up tomorrow and your head was just infested?
Whatever, you don't have to shave your hair, bro.
I know, that's a lot of hair to treat. Bro.
I mean, you just gotta scrub.
I just remember when we were kids.
If I did have lice, I probably would shave my head.
Yeah, I would. I'd get rid of everything. Yeah. I remember when we were kids, we got it. 3 of us got it, and Zachary got it.
I did.
You didn't?
No.
You didn't have it.
I've never had lice.
Me and Connor had it, and
I thought nasty.
Zachary had it. I don't know how we got it, but
well, y'all were fucking playing in damn dumpsters.
we were not playing in dumpsters.
Fucking garbage pail kids.
I traded my whole...
Dude, it's like Elmo took a trip to Grouchland or something. What the fuck is going on here?
Elmo and Grouchland, dude. I remember when that movie came out. I was like 8, but I was like still like... I was watching shit that I was too old for when I was... That's because I had younger brothers.
You want to get into that? Like watching the stuff we watched as kids? Like, I remember...
Yeah.
I started watching Comedy Central and South Park and Tosh.0, Ridiculousness.
You watched older stuff, is what you're saying.
I started watching MTV and Comedy Central whenever I was 9 and 10.
See, I didn't, because you guys were younger, so like...
And I was drawing
You guys were watching cartoons still, so I was still watching cartoons.
I still watch the fuck out of Cartoon Network.
And I still watched them into high school.
Yeah, I was just also watching Dave Chappelle's stand-up from like
Maybe that's why I don't watch cartoons now. You know, there's like a whole adult audience that's still, which I think is weird.
It's super weird. I heard this one dude on a podcast. He was talking about how he started smoking cigarettes really early, and then like you know the story. But
yes,
basically, he still played with the WWE figures.
It's Dan. He's so funny. Dan Soder. Dan Soder is
funny.
So he's smoking, and he'd finish a match. So Hulk Hogan would win the belt.
Yeah.
And he goes outside, and I think this joke is he's like on the side of the house smoking a cigarette.
Should I have
maybe I get to
Tombstone and
he's like Triple H, Hulk Hogan, Steel Cage. Maybe Tatanka wins the IFC or so, or the IC, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, taking a drag of a cigarette, but you're talking about imaginary scenarios with your fucking action.
Well, that reminds me, dude. When I had a friend, Justin, who he's in a bad spot now, but
didn't have to say that. You could have just said, "I have a friend, Justin."
Well, it's just two different paths. I'm here and he's not.
Yeah, we're doing amazing.
I'm doing
Guys,
great.
we actually rented out this
own
space. It was a couple
mil.
It was a couple mil. We got that Coca-Cola money.
That Coke money.
Dude, what's a brand that we would honestly love to work with?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola?
I make too much. Yeah, dude. I don't drink it all the time. I drink a lot of water, but they can't exactly give me a sponsorship, and I'm not getting sponsored by Liquid Death.
No.
Coca-Cola's the shit, dude.
Yeah, but I don't really know what
it's the best soda.
What their limitations are with like PR guidelines and censorship and
sure,
whatnot.
yeah.
I like saying whatever the
Santa Claus
fuck
in their back
I want.
pocket, dude. They're not letting you come here and say whatever the hell you want.
I thought this was for adults. I didn't know this was the Baby Ghost tour.
Dude, the other day I was actually at work and I made a reference to that show, and I said, "Pulled your little boy dick out," showed it off for everybody, and this dude that I don't even really talk to at work, he goes, "I won't divorce you until the kids are grown, but I'll make sure they never respect you." And I was like, "Oh shit!" He knew what I was like. He knew what I was referencing. I was like, "You get it, thank you."
And for those of you who don't know, it's a sketch comedy show by Tim Robinson. I think you should leave.
He's a genius.
It's comedy gold.
He's so weird, but it's
a
so
definite good step in the right direction of where
sketch comedy should be.
And
well,
where it should go.
It almost like, okay, I will say this. I was never a big fan. I didn't grow up watching the Tim and Eric show, but like Tim and Eric show walked so that Tim Robinson could run, because it's the same. I think that he worked with them, took everything and just.
Well, dude, I was telling Desiree about this the other day.
He was like a pupil.
I realized that. I think I've come to the conclusion that iCarly might have had a bigger cultural impact on like digital media than you might realize, because people weren't really established as internet personalities whatsoever during the time that show was conceptualized even.
Right.
And it was, I mean, if you've seen iCarly, it's the premise. They have a web show. I guess they make money on it.
Yeah,
they don't really tell you about that.
The web show is iCarly. I guess.
All you know is that it's a big hit.
Yeah.
But regardless, no one on YouTube or
feet.
any kind of
showing feet off.
platform. Yeah, it's because of the toots.
I'm Dirty Dan. Think about that.
Anyways,
Nickelodeon logo afoot.
I'm thinking that the
Splat.
reason
Looks like Epstein
there's
Island.
so many like personalities nowadays on like the internet might have something to do with like iCarly kind of paving the way. Like you could pretty much do what you want.
Right.
You broadcast yourself.
Right.
That's the whole thing with YouTube. It's you.
Yeah.
And you can be whatever you want.
YouTube?
From the guise of, a Black Mirror, which is your whatever's recording you.
Do you think that's where they got the name Black Mirror
That
from?
It's because where do you see Black Mirrors?
Your phone screen.
Your phone screens.
Yeah. Technology. That's genius. I'm an idiot. But I never put it together. That's why they called the show Black Mirror. That show is fantastic, except for the last season was great until they started doing the Red Mirror. Did you watch the last season of Black Mirror?
I didn't see Red Mirror.
Red Mirror shit is stupid. It's like supernatural based. Like one of them was like this girl was like talking to a demon.
They need to keep it on realistic,
futuristic,
technological, like.
Yes.
What is it? Dystopia type.
Yeah. Well, dude, there was one episode called Lock Henry, where it's this guy and his girlfriend. They go to do a documentary about this serial killing that happened, or this murder that took place in his Irish hometown, right? And by the end of the episode, man, through the use of all these old VHS tapes that he found in his mother's home, like his dad was a police officer, right? His dad died trying to stop this serial killer guy who he killed. They both died in a shootout, right? Years later, he comes home to do this documentary, finds out that his mother and his cop father that killed the guy that supposedly did the killing were both multiple killings. It was like some serial rapist killing shit, torture dungeon crap. They were involved with the killer themselves. They killed him to shut him up, to make him look like he was the bad guy, even though he was part of it. But he finds all these old VHS tapes, and it's like, holy shit, it's my mom. And
that reminds me of that.
It's tragic. It was honestly probably one of the best episodes I've seen. That one and the one with Aaron
that
Paul.
Music video you were telling me about? Because we've been. I hate to say it. I'm gonna preface this by saying R. Kelly is an evil man. He's an evil man who did evil things.
What was the name of that song you played for me where he's yelling on the phone? Real Talk.
Some of the best music I've ever heard.
Real Talk. Great song.
Real Talk is
Genius,
so insane.
Genius. Trapped in the Closet. Bizarre.
Trapped in the Closet, bro.
I told you, it's up there with like Immortal Tools, Dance with the Devil.
Dude, and those are just like gimmick songs, but like his actual legit songs are fucking bangers, bro.
But the one where he's yelling at his girl on the phone, that's
real talk.
Dude.
I mean,
yeah, that's
that's still a gimmick though.
Yeah, I know for sure, and it's almost.
But
seems
I mean,
like
that
a joke.
also that goes to show you another. I hate to.
Like, you told me
because I don't want to prop up R. Kelly. He's a bad guy, but
he did too.
The fact that he's able to do these different types of styles, it just goes to show you his actual like lyrical and vocal talent.
Pied Piper.
Dude, the
Pied Piper of R&B.
And what did the Pied Piper do?
What did the Pied Piper do? If you're familiar with the story, he stole them kids.
He stole children and led them toward their death.
You know the actual, the full story of the Pied Piper?
No. Let's go to something else.
No, let's talk about the Pied Piper story, because it's good. It's a really good story.
Okay.
It's scary. It scared the shit out of me as a kid.
You sold me.
All right, so the Pied Piper story, it's Pied Piper of Hamelin. Hamelin's a town that's overrun with rats, okay? So they can't get rid of the rat problem. They hire this guy, Pied Piper, who's this mysterious figure, and he tells him, I will guide the
Robert
rats.
Kells.
I'll guide the rats out of the town and rid you of them. So you have to pay me. So the town goes, okay. He gets rid of the rats by playing his flute and leading them to the river to drown, right? Comes back to get paid. Townspeople tell him, sorry, not paying you. You did the work, you're not going to pay you now. What you going to do about it? That night, or maybe a couple nights later, he does the same thing, but he lures all the children out of town and leads them to the river and drowns them all. Killing all their children and, therefore, the future of the town. Yeah. What did R. Kelly do? He stole children. Yeah. Fucking scary. That story scared the shit out of me as a kid. And we had that, like, Peter Rabbit soundtrack thing that played, and I remember hearing the story, and then we'd listen to that at nighttime to go to sleep, that Peter Rabbit music, and it would have flute shit, and I was like, oh my god, the Pied Piper is coming for me!
What's that one where, like, Nana Boo Boo?
Nana Boo Boo?
Yeah.
You gotta,
or something, little something Boo Boo walking through the forest.
Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest, picking up the field mice and bopping them on the head. Down came the beautiful fairy.
I don't want to go through the whole thing. Let's just give a rundown.
It's a joke. At the end of it, it's the moral of the story is hair today, goon tomorrow. Because she tells him she's going to turn him into a goon.
He starts gooning.
Little Bunny Foo-Foo was the first goon. He was the OG.
Is Little Bunny Foo-Foo the OG goon? All you gooners out there, let us know in the comments.
Who identifies as a gooner?
What's your record? What's your time?
How long of a goon sesh?
Yeah. How long have you maintained the goon state?
I don't even know, dude. It's so bizarre. Edging and gooning is the most bizarre shit I've ever heard of.
Let's get back into
robots.
Let's get back into AI and robots and shit.
If you like to edge and goon, I'm not putting you down.
So as of today, there's currently at least one man out there who has a fucking computer in his head and can control. He can control cursors.
He can
only on certain devices though.
How hard do you think he has to concentrate?
It's not like he has like.
He can't just walk over.
He's not omnipresent, and he can't just fucking remotely activate any cursor.
He's the lawnmower man.
No.
You seen that movie where they put the computer in the guy's head?
Oh no.
It's terrible.
Have you seen the movie where it's called The Computer Wears Tennis Shoes?
That's a Disney movie, and I have not, but I think it's Kurt Russell that plays. He's like a kid. He's a kid genius.
Oh.
But it's young Kurt Russell. But I haven't seen it now. It's like Cat from Outer Space type shit. We still recording? We good? I can't really tell.
Let me get up and check. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, but I know that, I think that you told me when we first heard that they were doing that with the, what's it called? Neuralink, that you would be down for that. Do you still believe that you would be down to have a computer put inside your head?
Nah.
Like a chip. I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to live forever either. Because dude, we're getting to a point.
That's why I drink a lot of water.
Where it's possible that human lifespan within our lives and our kids and whatever so forth from us to younger.
It's getting longer.
Yeah, like your lifespan is. It could be speculated to not necessarily live forever, but pretty much like around over 100 years, everybody. But that's kind of
that's good.
Yeah, it's good in theory, but then not all of those people are necessarily going to have very healthy bodies by the time that they're
going to be
even if they're at the same age. Like, dude, you can look at, I hate to get political, but you can look at Joe Biden and then Donald Trump. There's like a 4-year age difference, right? Yeah. They're both over their 70s.
But you know what the strange thing is to me is.
But Trump is very obviously
more
cognitively there.
Yeah.
And like mentally stronger than Joe Biden.
But you know what strikes me as the most odd is like Donald Trump does not strike me as a guy who has lived a healthy life. Like, he's not like somebody
No,
who's like, oh, I'm not
cocaine.
gonna smoke, I'm not gonna drink. Joe Biden strikes me as the kind of guy who wouldn't do those things. You see what I'm saying? And you still have where he is like a babbling mess. And Donald Trump still, he's a nut, but he's still there all the way.
Yeah.
You know, so like, what's the key to it? Because you look at there's people, and you know, they tell you.
Well,
oh,
I
if
think
you eat,
Joe Biden was probably doing. I mean, there's a lot of things within like the political sphere that I can imagine is stressful, but
Yeah.
whether or not it's actually testing your mental or not, like your mental ability, like. Trump was a businessman, successful for forever. Yeah, that's gonna test your mental. That's gonna keep That's gonna keep you sharp though, because you're actually.
Biden's just been a politician who's been wrong about everything that he's ever agreed with.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, and Trump.
If you look back at history, anytime that Joe Biden's like
Trump's not a politician, and every
like,
politician that they're trying to put up for the race,
and I'm not
is corrupt.
Yeah.
Not every politician is corrupt.
No.
But everyone that they're putting up as the figureheads for the fucking red versus blue bullshit.
I think if you stay in the game long enough, it gets you.
And I say red versus blue bullshit.
What do they say? What's that Batman shit where it's live, you know,
live today, die tomorrow?
No, it's live long enough to die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
What movie is that from?
I think Dark Knight. It's when Harvey Dent. You know, and then they buried that secret.
Well, he
Harvey
survived
Dent
a tragic explosion.
Right, but Harvey Dent he was their white knight. Yeah, and then he became bad. They've already decided, or not decided, but they're currently doing a casting of the next Batman, the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, and they're looking at, you know who Boyd Holbrook is?
I didn't really like the new.
You didn't like Robert Pattinson's Batman?
To be honest,
foolish. Sorry, foolish. Great movie. It's a mystery. He's the world's greatest detective. It's a detective movie. See the trailer for The Penguin?
I just found it kind of cringy.
Really?
And
why?
kind of.
I'm not offended. Why?
Kind of boring.
Oh, gee.
It was just
boring.
Yeah, I think also when I watched it, I fell asleep as well.
It's a long movie, but it's a great movie. Maybe you're just not there enough up here to understand.
Well, you might be on Donald Trump's level, and I think I'm on Joe Biden's level.
You think Donald Trump likes Batman?
I think Joe Biden
thought it was
I'm
the Penguin.
Joe Biden thought it was a snooze fest.
Joe Biden made it to 30 minutes and he passed out.
Russia!
I think the funniest thing is when people put up pictures of like current politicians, like the mayor of Chicago or something. It's like, this bitch looked like a Gotham City villain, and it's like her in like the big coat, and she's got the bugged out eyes, and she's just like, or the picture of 21 Savage, where he's like laughing, and there's like the city of Gotham underneath him, and it's like, Gotham City will pay.
I saw some picture of 21 Savage where he's got like a Mickey Mouse helmet thing with the ears. He's at fucking Disney World or Land.
It's a helmet, or is it like the?
Yeah, it's like the one we got.
It's
like
the cap. The cap. It's not like a full. It's like a metal helmet with mouse ears.
Well, it is a helmet. It goes around your head, and then it's not a cap because it doesn't have a bill.
Hey, you remove those ears. What's it look like?
Penis.
Yarmulke. Juice.
Jukey Mouse. That doesn't even make sense.
Do you know that Mickey Mouse was supposed to look like Hitler? Steamboat Willie.
Did you know that if
true.
you actually zoom into the crotch on Steamboat Willie, the original cartoon, you can actually see like a massive 12-inch bulge.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, I showed you that last week.
Right. What do you ever think about Mickey Mouse wears shorts but no shirt? Donald Duck wears a shirt but no pants. Goofy is completely clothed.
But also Pluto is naked.
I
was about to say slave. But essentially he is a slave to Mickey because they're the same race.
I showed you that Atlanta thing where he's like, why Goofy let Mickey do his boy like that? He's a philosopher of the barbershop variety. Yeah, you know
Goofy Black, right?
You know Goofy Black. And I said, huh? He was convinced. Atlanta's such a good show.
For those of you who don't know, there's an episode where they're doing like a mockumentary on this.
The goof who sat by the door.
Yeah.
Where
on
the chief,
FX's Atlanta.
The chief writer for the Goofy movie was convinced that Goofy was a black American.
Metaphorically.
Right. Which is funny because in the Goofy movie, his son is obsessed with, was it Power Max or what's the guy he's like trying to go to the concert for?
I don't know.
I
didn't see the Goofy movie. I only saw Extremely Goofy.
Extremely Goofy movie's good. That's when he's like they retconned it and made him white because he's into skateboarding.
Dude,
he's into rap now. He's into boarding. Part of the Goofy.
Some black guys are.
Yeah.
There's some professional skateboarders that are also black and they're monsters.
You know the best
fucking
part.
Goofy fucking neighbors hooting and hollering nearby. Sounds like the damn Goof Troop.
Dude, the other day at my restaurant, there was a baby crying at one of the tables, and all of a sudden I'm on the other side of the restaurant, but I hear somebody yell, "Shut the fuck up!" And I'm like,
oh my god.
Everybody stop, bro. Patrons, restaurant workers, everybody stopped and we're looking around. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I thought, shut the fuck up. Or it was just shut the fuck up.
Dude, it's a baby, bro.
I was like, somebody's screaming at their damn baby. What the hell is wrong with this person?
No.
It was an autistic kid.
Was he in the family or was he just with another?
No, completely different table.
Yeah.
But I literally watched another table who had a baby, and this baby wasn't the one crying, but they went and grabbed their baby. Like they were afraid somebody was gonna.
Dude, he's gonna start bashing babies or something.
I would.
He's gonna take them headphones off and fucking blast you with sound.
This kid was like 250 pounds.
I mean,
easy, big boy. It reminded me of the video of the kid who beat the hell out of his teacher for taking his Switch.
You mean I'm not part of the family?
Yeah. But,
you can't act right.
But I went back and he's like, the kid's rocking with the headphones on, which, you know, and his parents who are, their kid's probably like 15, 16.
It makes you think, what is going on in that guy's head, man?
Parents are like in their 60s, so you know they had him late in life, or in the later 50s. You know the parents had him later, which is probably why he has the tiz.
Well, yeah.
Which is sad, but you know.
Whenever
the male, late in life, you run risk of problems.
If you're having a baby with somebody, the male, the older the male gets,
I thought it was.
It's not really it's not dependent on the woman.
Really?
Actually.
You sure that's not?
Yeah. An elderly woman.
Liberal misdirection.
An elderly woman.
Well,
hold on. An elderly woman that hasn't gone through menopause yet.
I was gonna say.
Because it is possible. Some women can get in their 60s and haven't gone through it yet. It's crazy. Maybe not. Either way, in order, I don't know nothing about.
I don't know
nothing about the other sex, dude.
Right.
All I know is about the sex I had last night.
All right.
And I thank God. Right after.
Finish your story.
Anyways, an older woman having sex and getting pregnant with a younger male is less likely to have a birth defect than an older male having sex with a younger woman and getting them pregnant.
I think we should stop talking about older men having sex with young women.
Oh, it's a young woman, not a young girl.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about Quiet on Set?
Oh, yeah, we should, because this was a big thing
Guys,
for you.
We're going to take a little break just to double check everything.
Let's check sound, yeah.
Double check everything, and then we're gonna crack open the case on Quiet on Set. So you fuckers better be ready.
We'll be back.
Alright. I got this recording now.
Cool.
Say something?
Something.
Yeah.
I'm saying something.
I might say something. Okay? And you might not like it.
Oprah!
Dan Schneider.
Oh, we're back.
He knew how to write.
He did. So we're going to get into, when we last left off, we were getting ready to jump into this Quiet on Set documentary, which is taking everybody by storm. Especially people our age who were really into the Nickelodeon shit.
if you don't know, Quiet on Set is a documentary. It's 4 episodes long.
Yeah.
Basically talking about the horrors that went on behind the scenes of
child sex
a lot of
shit.
Viacom Productions. Viacom, which
is that the parent company of Nickelodeon?
I'm not sure, but I just know that Viacom was Dan Schneider was a big proponent in Viacom.
Yeah, he was.
And he was the executive producer / creator and writer for several shows where
his production company is Snyder's Bakery.
Apparently, a lot of sexual deviancy happened to some child actors.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We'll get into. I know I can see your feet just a dancing. You want to talk about Drake Bell, but let's talk about Captain Big Nose.
Captain Big Nose is a local legend.
First off, tell me, go over the skit.
Basically,
for everybody.
I don't know the entire skit, but pretty much
I can tell
this
you.
young black actor, and he's
to?
doing the part of a superhero. You know the whole skit.
Yeah.
You watched the whole skit?
I know the skit.
Okay, we'll do it.
So Captain Big Nose is a superhero. He's played by a young black actor. Do you remember what he's older now? But at the time, it was on.
I don't remember.
Was it All That, or was it?
All
yeah,
That.
It was All That. And I think it's the funniest part of the documentary. There's a lot of it's horrifying shit that went down, but this one is funny to me. The skit goes like this.
And take it with a grain of salt, people.
We're
trying to have an objective opinion on these things.
He's a superhero with a big nose, okay, which he is black, so but that's not where you think the problem would be, is not where the problem is.
It's Captain Big Nose.
It's Captain Big Nose.
He's got a big nose.
And
there's also noses on his costume, on his shoulder.
He's got 2 big noses on his costume. And,
I will say the noses, if you watch the documentary, they say this too, so this isn't my joke, but
you can come.
The noses look like...
We are.
They look like
yeah, you're good.
But if you haven't seen...
Where'd you get those? Sorry.
Found them.
Nice.
Playground by the church.
Nice. Well, go ahead.
Captain Big Nose.
Yes, he's got 2 big noses on his shoulders, and he's got a sneezing problem. So he'll commonly go to solve people's problems, but he can't get over his sneezing habit. And so he'll usually, the joke at the end is that he's going to blast snot all over whoever's in front of him that he's talking to. The issue arises that
the noses look like peniles.
They look, but to me they don't.
They look phallic.
They don't. They look like big brown black noses.
They do. If you're looking at it from the front, though, it's definitely a cartoon penis.
I suppose if you really wanted to push that one.
I mean, it doesn't have the head, of course.
He
don't got the head.
He claims that the joke
in the turtleneck.
He claims the joke in the writer's room, which he wasn't even a part of, is that it's supposed to be somebody ejaculating and blasting all over whoever they're in front of. Whoever's in front of them.
Sending a big load of cum. Fat load of cum.
But me personally, I think they're reaching on that one. But at the same time, Hollywood's a dirty place. I'm sure a lot of, even in SpongeBob, there were adults.
They're not reaching that far, though, to try to make the assumption that that's a cum shot joke, and that
especially with the rest of the shit.
And that it's also a phallic joke as well. But then they try to, a lot of the times, apparently in the documentary, very early on for a lot of the sketches, they would have to get green light. They would have to get green light from 2 different writers from...
Yeah.
Not 2 different writers, but groups of writers from East Coast and West Coast. And I think they brought him in for something one time, and they were like, Penelope Taint, which is a character from the Amanda Show.
Who's obsessed with Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, Penelope Taint. The last name Taint, is that a joke pertaining to the
area between your
testicles
front
and
region
your anus?
and
And
Dan Schneider said no.
You said no.
She's
Why would you?
Yeah.
No, he said it's almost that you have now tainted this joke. So he kind of made a joke and a serious comeback to those people, and they just completely shut their whole thing down. They were like, well, he checkmated us.
That was definitely what they were going for, was that her name was a reference to
Yeah.
The
Nothing
taint.
about her character references any way that a
No,
biological
name.
taint acts.
The name. And
But just
children,
the name is a funny
children
name.
aren't going to understand that, but adults certainly would. Tainted love.
Amanda Bynes had a lot of talent.
Yeah, I want to talk about because you watched it. I didn't watch it. I've only seen it through because I don't have HBO Max.
I watched it twice.
But tell me the
So that I
shit
could
where she was like 16 and trying to get emancipated from her parents, and Dan Schneider was really pushing for that emancipation.
He wasn't pushing for the emancipation. She fled to his house, and then I guess he did help her with the emancipation at some point.
But he got shut down.
He did not. He did not initiate it, and he did not.
What was wrong with her parents if she wanted to be emancipated? Were they controlling her money flow, or?
Her father was very controlling of her career.
Yeah, I mean, that happens a lot with child stars. Shia LaBeouf's dad was the same way. It wasn't until later he, figured it out with him.
It wouldn't,
But, I mean, I'm
it really wasn't until, 2015 when he realized he was a peanut butter falcon.
Or Macaulay Culkin. Dude, his parents stole all his money.
Did they?
Yeah. Did they not?
They did.
Yeah, see?
Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman, see?
Dave Plato,
Kind of thing.
Todd Bridges.
Right.
They all got taken advantage of by the parents.
Yeah, so
Sad.
it is sad. But, it's what happens. I mean, I'm not going to lie.
People are pimping their kids out to Hollywood.
Bro, if I had a kid, listen, if I had a kid, and that kid was making, I'm going to push him into the spotlight.
Not if it was your daughter, though. There is a different,
I don't think they're not selling her to Dan Schneider.
I heard
to be
this joke from Joe Rogan one time where he's like, when the whole thing with Harvey Weinstein was starting, and
that was all legal though. Those are all adults. I mean, it's not legal. I'm sorry.
What I'm saying
But-
is,
Go ahead.
yeah, he legally sexually assaulted
Yeah,
him.
no,
Anyways,
those aren't.
the whole thing with
they weren't
Harvey
kids.
Weinstein. If it was Harvina Weinstein,
Yeah.
and he wanted to just like the way Joe Rogan says it, he says if it was Harvina Weinstein and he came up to me and my son with a legitimate contract, I would say, dude, you're gonna be Batman. So
You're gonna be Batman.
it's a little bit of like a different.
There's a Dave Chappelle joke where he's like, he says something about how I can't remember how it progresses, but at the end of it, he's like, he's like, chop chop, I got a midnight meeting with Harvey Weinstein, and he's like, and Harvey Weinstein's like, hey, you suck my dick, I'll put you in all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies.
What is it? He says like he's got
And
a
he's like-
got a 4:30 a.m.
He's got a 4:30 a.m. meeting with Brett Ratner. Yeah, so we got to make this quick.
Because what kind of meeting are you having at 4:30 with an executive writer
Yeah.
besides a sexual
Why are
one?
you even up? Go to sleep.
He's texting you. Okay, let's say you get a DM late night from Harvina. Says you up. What are you replying with?
Well, she's in charge of the production. I guess I got to answer the call.
When God knocks, you gotta answer.
Yeah, but see, that's different. It's not. It shouldn't be, but it is.
Yeah, that's the devil.
For sure. And there's definitely, people abusing their power. But at the same time, man, this is not a new thing. It's new where people are like putting it out there and shutting it down. But like this shit's been going on for, since the golden age of cinema.
I feel like
You want to get to the top, you got to screw somebody.
I feel like the pedophilic tendencies of a lot of Hollywood is. I think it's bigger than we think.
Well, dude, in
And that
the 70s or maybe early 80s, Roman Polanski, who made Rosemary's Baby, he was in deep shit for molesting this young girl whose parents dropped her off there. Told her, he's like, hey, go get that role.
I'm sorry.
You go to hell.
No, I'm not, dude.
Yeah, you go to hell.
Dude, I love God.
Yeah, but
Comedy is not a sin, dude.
Yeah, but so I remember
I'm trying to provide a wholesome experience to a horrific,
Do you remember the late night
situation
Shirley Temple?
Oh yeah, where it's like
commercials where it's like,
classics. and
yes, buy the Shirley Temple
that's
classics.
the only reason I know that song.
Right, I
It's from
figured.
the
That's what I
fucking
was
commercials.
thinking.
You remember the best love hits shit.
Yeah.
And
These dreams go on when
My
I
God.
close my eyes.
you sounded like the dude from Polar Express, the train conductor, when he's trying to fuck with the elks.
Yeah, that was bad.
But dude,
Tell me, have you ever really loved a woman?
tell me how am I
Supposed to live without you. These dreams go on when I close my eyes.
20 of the greatest love hits from the era.
And I swear by the moon and the stars and the sky, wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you, stuck on you. Yes, I'm on my way.
Are we doing Pitch Perfect right now?
I was just, dude, that's literally the commercial. That's the transitions.
Honestly,
That's how
I
much
don't
that's
like a
stuck
lot
in
of
my head.
mashup shit. I don't like a lot of remixes.
Well, that's a mashup of the songs you're going to hear on this fantastic album.
Yeah. But I mean in like a Pitch Perfect type of sense, where they like straight up.
Oh, like the medleys and, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan either because I'd only get, dude, there's a musical starring Tom Cruise called, it's a movie called, Rock of Ages. And it's just like, it's a
Rock of Ages.
It's a jukebox musical where that basically means they take popular songs and the musical is built around that, right? It's just different people singing. But like the way that they do it in that movie, it's like the movie would be so much better if it wasn't like these damn mashups where you get like a snippet of one, because I was watching it and I'm like, oh, okay, hell yeah, I'm feeling, and then it would cut to something else and I'm like, what the, I only got 5 seconds of, Summer of 69 or some shit. I wanted to hear the whole damn thing. I want to hear Tom Cruise belt out Summer of 60, or Alec Baldwin belting out Summer of 69 while he's remembering some chick that he's gonna rekindle with later on in the movie. I don't know why I did this.
I will say confidently that
I like musicals.
the best musical, and
Mamma Mia.
it's actually a series of musicals, and it's High School Musical 1, 2, and 3.
The best musical of all time is West Side Story. High School Musical's in the top 10.
High School Musical's up there, bro. Just the songs are so fucking good. There's a lot of good ass songs in a lot of other.
I'm waiting
musicals
for the
as well.
documentary about Kenny Ortega.
I saw Little Shop of Horrors, like the
Not a
1970
fan.
musical.
Not a fan.
Dude,
I can't stand the girl that plays Audrey.
I was just about to say, dude. Dude.
Yeah, and then you have Rick
She goes-
Moranis.
She goes fucking crazy, bro. And
Suddenly Seymour.
it's worse. It
Golly.
sounds like
Shut up.
shards of glass
Eat her.
just like raining down
Is
your
her name Audrey? And then
Bro,
the
while
plant's
you're-
name is Audrey too?
gargling black tar.
Heroin?
Yes. Oh,
But no, West Side Story, best musical of all time. Fucking classic. The remake was good too, but the original is just so good. Got it on DVD.
let's get back to Quiet on Set.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about.
Oh, Fiddler on the Roof's really good too.
Is that
Fiddler on the Roof's a musical.
Oh.
Yeah, and I usually watch it. Shout out Easter. I usually watch it around Easter Day
shout out
because it plays on
Kells?
TCM, and it's about Jewish Passover and stuff.
Shout out Robert Kells.
No, don't
Fiddler.
shout him out.
Oh, sorry, that's Pied Piper.
Yeah, I hope he's not on your roof.
That's Diddy, who's the fiddler and the diddler.
Yeah, the fiddler diddler.
Yeah.
The fiddler and the Pied Piper and the fiddler.
But yeah, dude. I mean, there was one dude. I think his name was James or John Handy, and he was a production assistant for All That, The Amanda Show, and some other show.
Yeah.
And bro, he had an insurmountable amount of CP at his house.
God.
It was fucking insane.
I mean, just a
And
little
he was
bit.
he was the person that was corralling the kids around, like introducing himself to their parents. He was like the middleman between like the writers and everybody else of the show
right.
and the parents. So
This
that
guy is
this
a
guy was
dirty,
the biggest
dirty dog.
threat out of all of them, pretty
It's
much.
sad, and that's usually how it goes, man. Like Brian Peck, Pickle Boy.
Pickle Boy.
Let's talk about Ray Romano eating a pickle out of a
Dude.
hole that Brian.
The guy who
First, explain the skit.
So pretty much, Pickle Boy is a character from The Amanda Show who would just randomly appear and he has a fucking tray of pickles. And I'm assuming
But
whenever he showed up, someone would eat his pickle.
It says but the description I got was that the character hates pickles.
That's so weird, though. Why would he be giving out pickles?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he hates pickles and he wants to abuse pickles.
Yes.
That's what it said.
Yeah, that's so freaking weird. I want to abuse pickles. Well, he did.
Yeah, and he wants to.
Pickles.
Yeah, dude.
And donut holes.
And, so either way, this guy, Pickle Boy, Brian Peck, he sexually assaulted numerous times Drake Bell. It's very sad. I wish it didn't happen. Of course.
Right, but
as anyone could say, that was very easy to say. But
you're convinced that Drake Bell was set. Explain. Okay, so a couple years ago, Drake Bell got in some hot water he was texting an underage girl for a while. Got her to come to one of his shows because she was a big fan.
He did it